Should we be talking about this? Because we watched Season 9, Episode 15, The Wizard. So, Katie.
Hello.
How did you like The Wizard?
It felt long, and the synopsis worried me.
It did, and I was doing a little bit of research before we started watching the episode, and I brought it up, and I just said, "Oh," and you said, "What?" And I was like, I just remembered what part of this episode was about.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as bad as it could have been.
Yep, we have to give it that. I actually think it was pretty well done, the part we're talking about. But as usual, it had too much Kramer, and that part was boring.
Sure. So The Wizard was written by Steve Lookner. I believe this is his first Seinfeld episode.
Never heard of him.
It was directed by Andy Ackerman, and it aired on February 26th, 1998. Screen Crush ranked it as the 173rd best Seinfeld episode out of 180. Vulture had it much higher as the 40th best episode.
What?
And IMDb kind of agrees with Screen Crush, ranking it as the 149th best episode.
Okay. We haven't recorded in weeks. I don't know what we do.
You read the Netflix synopsis?
No, we throw it back.
Throw it back to last week.
So let's throw it back to last week when I asked you if you remembered what this was about.
It was actually several weeks ago.
And?
I think I nailed it.
Some of it, anyway.
Yeah.
This part. Kramer retires in Florida.
Yep.
Jerry buys Morty a gadget.
Mm-hmm.
George lies about a house in the Hamptons. Elaine wonders if her boyfriend is black.
She sure did.
Mm-hmm.
So this episode did feature all of the olds. Well, not all of the olds. I guess the Costanzas aren't there. But we had, Barney Martin and I'm forgetting everybody else's name.
Liz Sheridan.
Yeah, Liz Sheridan. Mr. and Mrs. Ross make an appearance, and they haven't in a while. There was actually a storyline that was cut out earlier in season 9 where somebody asked George why he didn't attend or hasn't been doing anything with the Susan Ross Foundation, and the Susan Ross Foundation had supposedly gone bankrupt. So luckily they had cut that out so that they could have this, the reason for the Rosses to reach out. But the boyfriend, Daryl Nelson, was played by Samuel Bliss Cooper. Mm-hmm. Not too many acting credits. This was his first, but he was also in episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Huntress, and Dark Streets. And I think he was white in all of them.
Oh my! Any other guest stars?
I didn't bother. There was a bunch of the people from Del Boca Vista.
There was a hot dog seller who was a scientist in Richie Rich.
That hot dog seller was Franklin Delano Rubanowski from the Backwards episode.
Yes.
And he's credited as being that same person. So I guess that character
is a recurring
is recurring. Now? And yeah, I don't know. Maybe they needed somebody to film on the same day, and they were just like, hey, why don't you sit down and sell hot dogs? Do we want to talk about Elaine's storyline first?
Yeah. Out of nowhere, Jerry kind of goes, so you're dating a black guy. Well,
Elaine says, what do you think?
Well,
and
yes.
He says, what about you dating a black guy?
Because she's brought a new guy to meet, well, not to meet them, but they happen to be there.
Yeah. So this for me, I think Larry David would have loved this episode, right? Because what he thinks is hilarious is, people, particularly white people, and their uncomfortability with talking about race.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is where the humor lies in this episode.
Sure.
They don't know what they're allowed to ask. They don't know what they're allowed to talk about. I think George has probably the most level-headed
Why don't you just ask him?
Why don't you just ask him?
That's
but then very
very
un-George. But then immediately is like, I don't think we should be talking about this.
Yeah. So Elaine goes to Daryl's apartment
Mhm.
and she tries to bring up the African masks that he has on the wall as an in to this conversation.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, South African. We got out for obvious reasons. You understand. Maybe.
Yakers.
I mean, that's about as touchy as things get. But I think that was a very funny way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I do really like George's line in the first scene where they meet Daryl, and he says, I thought he looked Irish.
Yeah. And then they all leave a lot of big tips for the black waitress.
Who Elaine refers to as sister later on.
Mm-hmm. I like when then she puts the menu down. She's like, I'll give you some time to figure this out.
Yeah. That was a good line.
So, okay, this storyline that we were a little bit worried about is actually holding this episode together and is pretty decent.
I mean, I think that along with the George driving the Rosses out to the Hamptons is probably the best parts of this episode. And I think you need more of that. And the Wizard Florida condo board running for president thing was the
chaff.
Yeah.
Was Barney Martin's acting in this episode bad?
I mean, I think as the series has gone on, he's turned into more of a golden retriever.
Yeah.
Like very happy, dumb, can't like focus on anything for more than 3 seconds.
When Kramer comes in, he looks at him like a dog whose owner has the leash in his hand.
Kramer full on taps on his glasses, and I don't think he blinks.
No.
You know when you like throw a piece of like American cheese on a dog's head and it's there looking at you? You know when that happens?
Of course. Okay, so back to the beginning. Jerry buys this wizard organizer for his dad. He's going to tell him that it cost $50 and that he got it on the street. Maybe it's hot. That's his favorite.
Yeah. It's a good deal. Might be stolen. This is the greatest thing on earth.
And Kramer retires because he sold the rights to the coffee table book.
I mean, I didn't think that this joke or this like phenomena started back in 1998. But like, I think they make a little bit of a joke of it in like the studio about how they're like making
Kool-Aid movie?
The Kool-Aid movie. But like
the Battleship movie.
The Battleship movie.
The Emoji movie.
Emoji movie. Like we
Did it start here?
It's either movies today are either a sequel or part of a series, or they are the dumbest thing that you never thought could be turned into a movie that they somehow do.
Yeah.
And so a coffee table book about coffee tables.
The movie.
The movie.
We own that book.
We do.
I laughed when it was 5:30 in the morning in Florida and Jerry's parents are running the blender.
Oh, we let you sleep in.
And then Jerry's mom slaps Kramer's hand for eating cookies for breakfast.
And
which I feel personally victimized by.
Do I need to start making you a feta cheese omelet and then swap it out for cottage cheese and egg beaters?
Are egg beaters just beaten eggs in a carton?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So I know this episode ranked pretty low, and I knew when there was a musical montage that it wasn't going to be good.
Sure. Was there 2?
Possibly. I don't think I paid attention the second time. No, I did, because I wrote down something from the newspaper.
Yeah, there was. They had some goodies in them for the newspaper. Do you want to go through them?
Well, I think I missed the first one, but I got Larry David hurts elbow and Larry David never to golf again.
Yeah, it was all about Larry David and golfing because he got injured.
So another, like the only funny line that Jerry has in Florida or in this whole episode is when Kramer is down there running for president and he doesn't wear his shoes in the clubhouse. And he goes, these people work their whole lives to move down to the heat, pretend it's not hot, and enforce these rules.
That is a very good line. I do think that's why people go down to Florida. Your world becomes like so safe and so good that you were like, I only have these rules and my world is enforcing these rules. And like the homeowner association and all of that, very real. I will disagree with you. I do think that Jerry did have another funny thing that he said. I think that this joke, they could have ruined it, but they they framed it perfectly within how they did. And it was when Elaine is in Jerry's apartment talking to him on the phone, and she's collecting his mail, and George walks in and he asks, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, I'm getting his mail. And Jerry gets into like immediately, like, don't say anything to him. And then pass me the phone. George, I need you to come in, flush my toilet twice a day so I don't dry out the gaskets. And they could have then like handed the phone back to Elaine and explained like, oh, he feels so bad if I don't cook, but they didn't. Yes. And Jerry's expression, how Jason Alexander like looks worried, asks about the mail, and then like ends the scene with, well, if you thank me, I'm going to go moisten his gaskets or whatever he says. Like
at the end of the phone call, he says, you must exercise the gaskets, George.
I think it's a really, really good joke, and like plays a lot into like George's dumbness, his insecurity with being Jerry's best friend, mm-hmm. and doesn't over explain itself. Yep. Like I just did to ruin all the joke. But like, I really think that in this era, especially with a lot of sitcoms, they would have gone on to like explain it.
Yeah.
And it would have totally ruined how funny the joke was.
Yep.
We do need to talk about something.
What's that?
There's a scene where Elaine buys Daryl a wizard calculator.
Mm-hmm.
My God. This might be the hottest Elaine has ever looked.
Okay.
In the 160 whatever episodes we have done. Don't like she's wearing this like deep V sleeveless like pinstripe thing.
I honestly didn't notice.
Oh my God.
Well, she's really embracing her Hispanic curly hair.
Benez. We also didn't talk about like that joke, like the misdirection in the couple supposedly saying something of like, oh, you're an interracial couple or whatever. And then she like, they have the
misunderstanding.
Who is the interracial one?
Yeah. Well, then they sit there and go, so we're just a couple of white people?
Yeah.
Want to go to the Gap?
Okay.
I mean, it's good.
I did have to have that joke explained to me when I was a teenager.
I'm at the bottom of my notes, and we've barely been talking for 10 minutes.
I mean, what else happened in this episode?
Nothing. We recapped everything. We commented on what was good and what was bad. I feel like, okay, if I had to say one more thing, this is definitely like peak evil Elaine. She doesn't care that she's ruined George's lie about Hamptons. And it looks good on her. She's laughing at him and just having the best time.
There's like an old joke about like a couple, and to prove who has like more loyal friends, the husband calls all of the wife's friends and asks if they were out with the wife on Saturday night, and the wife calls all the man's friends, and all the women's friends are like, oh no, you must have mistaken me for someone else. Like I wasn't out with her. And all the men's were like, oh yeah, we had a great time. Yeah, he was with me. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And so like this Elaine, like walking into the thing and like, oh, what happened with the Hamptons? She's like, he doesn't have Hamptons. George? Never. Like totally immediately thrown under the bus. Maybe all of the Seinfeld characters would immediately throw each under the bus.
Yes.
But,
well, I mean, no, Jerry's looking out for George's feelings about the mail and the gas.
That's true.
George looks really worried.
I think a little bit of it might be selfishly because Jerry doesn't want to have to deal with like an upset George.
Sure.
And so he's giving him this useless task.
Why does Jerry have to dress that way in Florida? Why does he bring all his pastel polo shirts?
Because it's not actually in Florida and it's just a set that they're...
Yes, I know. Story-wise, why does he have to wear pastel shirts? Why can't he dress the same as he does in New York? It's March.
Oh, it's to make him more like festive. No? Why is Kramer wearing yellow short shorts with a Cabana shirt?
Well, I would expect nothing less of Kramer.
True. I want to get one of those Cabana shirts. Do you think they still make them?
Well, I mean, this is all I have about this episode, really. Except for Snoopy and Prickly Pete.
This episode taught me what a solarium was. Didn't know that before.
I did like when George goes, I don't have a solarium, I don't have horses, I don't have another solarium.
No Prickly Pete.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Next week we have The Burning.
The Burning?
What's that about?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably going to remember the episode when we see it. The Burning.
Take a stab.
Give me a think. The Burning. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
The next episode of Seinfeld is The Burning.
Can I get a screenshot?
The screenshot was Kramer with something on his face. Like a mask or a avocado mask or something. Doesn't help?
I'm stumped.
Wow. Well, I have corrections.
Oh, okay.
I have one correction.
Yeah, sure.
Last episode, we were talking about whether there are pets in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
And despite the movie title to the contrary, that all dogs go to heaven, according to the Bible, only souls that have been saved go to heaven. Therefore, animals can't go. So there you go. Heaven sucks. Well,
you heard it here first, folks.
Bye.
Bye. Believe it or not, this is our podcast. Please subscribe at the end. If you subscribed, we would be happy. Please subscribe to us. Believe it or not, it's our podcast.
Is that a Seinfeld reference?